Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to my regular Instagram and YouTube live show where we talk about different ways to migrate, different ways to move across different countries. You know that I use my channel everywhere to educate people as to how to move abroad. For those who are joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining me. If you're used to always watching me, I want to say thank you for your support. I see everyone from everywhere joining in, and it's always a pleasure to do this with you. By way of introduction, just for those who don't know, if you go and check other videos I've made on my YouTube channel, I talk about different places to move. You can move easily. So if you want to go to France, you want to go to Italy, Spain, Germany, Norway, Finland, Switzerland, Malta, think it. I have a video that educates you about what you need to do. Today, we'll be discussing how to move to Canada by fire, by force. So if Canada is where you want to go to by fire, by force, then this is the video for you. We're not just talking. I have a video on my channel already that talks about moving to Canada via education, via the LMIA, via the express entry and all that. But sometimes it's usually difficult raising the funds to move abroad. And so on this episode, we'll be talking about moving to Canada via scholarships. Scholarships, yes. So if you want to move to Canada by fire, by force, you just want to move at all costs and move to Canada, this is the video for you. So we're going to dive right into it. I am going to bring up my guest. You know how we do it. We bring up guests who have experience in those fields, who live in those countries and can educate you better as to how to do it. All you need to do is leave questions in the comment section. I will read out as many as I can and answer those questions. So let's get right to it. I'm going to bring up our guest right now. We can do this Canada by force, because several people always think it must be Canada or Canada. Hey, Summer, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Canada or Canada. If it's not Canada, it's
I'm
nowhere
telling
else.
you, your caption is
Yes.
something else. How are you now?
I always wonder, why must it be Canada? What is so special about Canada? Why is it Canada? Why? Tell us why.
If I actually say it now, you will say, I don't want you guys to come to Canada. But trust me, if you're coming to Canada, there are so many benefits, right? So you can come as an international student and become a permanent resident, and from there become a citizen. So I know people who came in 5 years, they were citizens of Canada. So you can imagine the juicy part of it, right? So why not take Canada?
Okay, I see that. I mean, I am fortunate to, always talk about different countries. And even though I give them options and say, this option is here, take it, you still
Right.
find, no, it's Canada. No, it's Canada.
No,
And
like
I always
actually,
say,
that's
look,
how it
have
is.
option A, option B, option C,
Mm.
D. They say, no, it's Canada.
It's
I'm like,
Canada,
it's
actually.
Canada.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the matter now. A lot of people often times are not able to afford going to Canada because it's expensive. And one of the ways to do this and move to Canada easily without spending extensively or excessively is the scholarship route.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a scholarship guru, and that's why you're here. So, talk to us about Canadian scholarships and how to apply for them.
Um, okay. Thank you, Waka Waka Doctor, for organizing this and having me here. So first off, I would like to say that Canadian scholarships is different from every other type of scholarship. it's not like the one that you say, oh, when you apply, you automatically get it. There are a lot of stuff that go behind closed doors. But then you need to know this, right? So the first thing is you have to make sure that you're doing a research-based program. That's the secret. If you're doing a thought-based program, I can tell you that they might just tell you, okay, fine, we're giving you 2,000 Canadian dollars off, which you're going to be paying like 20,000. Like, why would you be giving me 2,000 to pay 20? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? I should be paid to study. So if you want them to pay you to study, then you need to do research. So your research will be funded, right? So that's the first thing. You have to make sure that you're doing a research-based program. So before we go into the scholarship, they should know about the U15 universities. So these U15 are like universities that are, that conduct research every year. Like, they have money. So you have University of Toronto, you have University of Calgary, you have British Columbia, you have University of Saskatchewan, you have University of Ottawa. Like, there's so many, there are 15. But then it's not enough. There are other universities, which maybe as time goes on, I'll start like dropping them. But first off, you have to, you have to do like so when I say research, people will be like, what is the difference between course-based and research-based scholarship and program, right? So let's say in the UK, we know that the major programs are course-based, in the sense that you're not doing a research, you just come do, they might be giving you 10 papers. Those are not research. Research is like your grade is specific, like it is solely like on your research. It's not just on course. Like, some people go and write exams, but for research-based programs, you don't write exams, right? So it's more like you're going to do research, you come up with research topics, you write them. In short, your supervisor, you would have to get a supervisor before you even get admitted. But for course-based programs, nobody cares if you have a supervisor, right? You just apply. If you get in, fine, you pay the tuition fee and then you start. But for us, it's different, yeah? So yeah,
Okay.
that's in a nutshell about, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So you guys are hearing that she talks about the U15, 15 different universities in Canada that, would allow you or give you access to these scholarships. And she talked about, Toronto, Saskatchewan, Ottawa, and the likes, British Columbia. I'll get a list from her and I will put it at the end in the description box of this video so you can go through later. So I guess the question will be, what are these scholarships that are available? I promised you we're going to look at least 15, 20, 30 scholarships. And how do people apply for them?
Right. Okay. So the thing is, there are many scholarships. I tell people that, before people say, oh, there is no scholarship for specific courses. And I'm like, my dear, there are scholarships for every course. If you like, be doing religion, there is a course for you. Like, there is a scholarship. I'm not, no, it's not a joke. Actually,
is there a scholarship for Yoruba language?
Haba. Like, that's not what I'm talking about, yeah?
I understand.
If you're going to the University of Oxford and you, my voice is faint. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Someone says my voice is faint.
It's loud enough. Oh, okay. It's probably the person's network. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so So the thing is, you need to be like very strategic. For instance, when you're applying to any school in Canada, because of their application fee, you have to be very, very strategic. You don't want to go and spend over 100 Canadian dollars and they'll reject your admission, right? So you have to be very, very strategic. How do you become strategic? You have to be sure that the university, first of all, is interested in your area of research. For instance, I studied, I'm a lawyer in Nigeria, a practicing lawyer. And in Nigeria, we don't usually do the whole from undergrad, or you focus on international human rights and all of that. But when I was coming to do my master's in Canada, guess the area I chose?
Indigenous law. Oh, Indigenous law, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I did indigenous law, and it's for a reason. It's because in Canada, it's a big deal. They are ready to fund you to the last. Come and do that research. It's a big deal. So I had to make sure I had to go and do my research, figure out the area of interest in that indigenous law. It's not about just indigenous law. There are some areas I need to talk about that maybe no one has really talked about. So yeah. But before I start giving them all this long story, let's go straight into the scholarships, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say at some point her voice was fading, but okay. I think I'll just remove my AirPod. Maybe that's what's the problem. Can you hear me now? Better.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so I feel like if you want to apply, let's say you're applying for a master's, there are so many scholarships. Now, there is the Canadian government scholarships. Now, what it does is, if you're coming for master's, it gives you 17,500. And trust me, this, when I say U15 are usually universities that their tuition are not much. So when you're giving scholarship, it covers everything, right? So now, the U15 is good, but I want to talk about my school so that it will make sense. So my school is University of Victoria, and when you apply for a master's, you're entitled to 1,500. That's 15,000 Canadian dollars. And when you get that scholarship, you are entitled to another 5,000, right? But then it's automatic. But how is it automatic? It's not automatic because I just applied. It's automatic because I got a supervisor. I wrote a research proposal, and he said, I am willing to supervise you. I have funding to take care of your fees. Apply. Now, don't get me wrong, please. Don't say Summer said if you get supervisor, you get admission. It doesn't work like that. It's very tricky. You get admission, you get a supervisor, it's 50-50, but then your chances are higher than someone who doesn't have, exactly. So what it means is when you go to apply, just make sure your application is top notch. So which means that when they place your document and that of others, you're better than the other person. So you have funding, you have a supervisor, and your application document is perfect, right? You get in. But if your application is not competitive enough, you won't get in. I applied to University of Saskatchewan and I didn't get in, and I had a supervisor. Like, he was willing to supervise my work, but I didn't get in. So maybe at that time, somebody else's application document was stronger than mine.
Stronger.
Perfect. So, but then if I had gotten in, it's fully funded. So now when I got to University of Victoria, they'll give you the first money, which is 10K, right? But trust me, whether you are giving me 10K or if you like give me 50,000, it's small. I feel like you should be applying for scholarships. So I started applying for external scholarships, right? Now, what does this external scholarship mean? It means that there are funding that will also take care of, they just want you to relax and be taking, that they want to take care of you. That's the word, really. So like if you're coming to what's it called? If you're coming to British Columbia, for instance, guys, run. Like, there are scholarships, even lawyers. I hear people say there is no scholarship for law. It beats me. There are scholarships for law. You hear external scholarships like the Law Society of British Columbia, and hello, I'm a recipient, okay? So and it will just give you like 20 grand for 1 year. Like, just go and chill. Don't work if you want to, right? So why I like Canada's scholarship than US is that US will tell you, oh, we are giving you funding, but then your stipend is tagged to your teaching assistants or researchers. No.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing for us, at least for most schools, and at least for my school, right? What it does is when they give you the money, a professor can come out now and just say, oh, I have a vacant position, I have a research assistant position or a teaching position, please send it to the graduate students, let them apply. Now you find students applying. Now, if you do very well, or if your application is better than the rest, you get in. And that's what happened to me. I don't think I would have liked it if my scholarship is tied to GA and TA positions. So now, before I go into other scholarships, how can we get the professors? It's very important. No professor, no supervisor, no funding, no admission. That's how it works. There is no two ways about it. Yes. So how do you find professors? We are all on social media. Go on Twitter, go on LinkedIn right now and type, let's say you want to do tech law, or let me look for a very difficult course, MBA or something. And please, MBA, that just 3 universities in Canada that I'm very aware that would fund you, which is one is University of British Columbia. They will fund you, but it's very little, right? Yeah. So how do you find professors? Go on Twitter, use your search button and type in your course, professor in If it's medicine, put medicine. If it's nursing, put nursing. Put it there. You would see professors in Canada that are doing that research.
Professor in agriculture.
Are you laughing about agriculture?
I'm not laughing now.
No, like,
why would I be laughing?
No, because if you're laughing,
no. I know it's a big deal. It's a big deal in Canada. I know.
Those ones that they can give them 40,000 Canadian dollars just to do research. I know someone who is doing agriculture and food science. That person is the money. In short, they gave the person open check. How much do you want us to pay you?
Sure, I will not become farmer.
God. Omo, it's joke. It's not a joke. There is money. There is money actually. But then you have to find it, right? So now when you go on Twitter, you go on LinkedIn and you put in this information I just gave you now, professor in so course in Canada, it will all come out. Right? Once it comes down, what do? You don't just look at it and just keep calm. Take the person's name, go on Google, right? Just type Google Scholar. When you put Google Scholar, carry the name of that professor you got and put it there. That's where you see all the professor's research, all the articles the person has written, all the publications the person has made. Just look for the recent ones between 2022, if it's out, to 2020. Read at least 2 that relates to something that you're passionate about. When you read this, send a cold email. I'm telling you, cold email works like magic. Cold email is an email you send to somebody that you have never had any conversation with. Yeah. So you're not sending an email saying, oh, I love your research. I'm working on something similar to this. I read your article on this. These are my comments. I love how you ended, or I love how you made your observations on this. I was even thinking that it was this way. However, it wasn't, which was a very good observation. You're making best. See, we're all in the academic world. In a burst brain when you're telling somebody, I love your research. So when you tell that person that kind of thing and you're like, here is my research proposal, now give the person like a call to action at the end, which means I'm ready for us to have conversation about this. So that person is like, it's not just going to reply to you. The person will be like, okay, I'm free, so time. When can we talk? Before you know this interview don't start. Before they even tell you to go and apply. So it's very important that you find a professor first before you can start throwing your application fees to Canada, because they serve love letters like they plenty. Do you understand? So try your best to kind of get a professor who is willing to supervise you before you apply. Then when you do that, before, application, I don't want us to talk about the application documents in code because it's actually easy, but I'll just try to list out the scholarships that people can apply for, and I'll also forward the list to you as well, and the links as well, so that people will know. So I talked about the Canada Graduate Scholarships, which is for masters, which is 17,500. We have the one for doctoral studies. So if you're coming for your PhD, that one is mad ass money. Come and do your PhD in Canada, guys. Come and do your PhD in Canada. I want to see you people, right? So there is funding. So the one Canada will give now. This Canada I'm calling Canada Graduate Scholarship I'm calling. Remember, this one is extra. It's an external funding. Your school will still fund you. Do you understand? Your school will fund you for 4 years if you're doing you're a PhD, and the school will fund you for masters for 2 years. So this external funding you're getting is just surplus as they come. You understand? However, if the money you got, let's say the external funding you got is higher than the one the university is giving you, the university will stop giving you because you can't be earning. Yeah, you can't be earning from the university. Yeah. So they always deduct that. So now we have Mckenzie King Open Scholarship. See, because I'm greedy, I accept, right? I like to apply for everything. I wanted to apply for this scholarship. So this scholarship allows you to apply for it. You can apply for it, and then it has 2 different sections. So there's one for travel grants, if you want to travel for maybe conferences and all of that. Yes, I'm changing your mind. Yes, thank you. So if you want to come and if you want to travel for maybe a conference, they'll give you 8,000 Canadian dollars. I was like, I need this scholarship. When I wanted to apply, it has expired. The deadline was not, it has passed. I was like, okay, you know what? This year, someone will apply for it. I don't care. Give me, even if I'm not traveling, give me the money. You understand? Yeah. So there is the Mckenzie King Open Scholarship. It opens, the deadline is February 1st each year, but it opens in November. So they should always keep an eye. So this scholarship I'm going to send to you is something that they should have maybe a spreadsheet, and put in these scholarships and be tracking them because they're always opening every year. You don't want to miss it, right? So now we have the Cultural Studies Funding Guarantee for PhD students. When I saw the scholarship, I wish I went to Queen's University. So it's in Canada, and this university has money. When I mean money, they have money. This scholarship that is like, the university will fund you and still add this. Like, they're not going to deduct it. They will still add it. And it's like 80. So they're giving like extra 20,000 Canadian dollars for 4 years. That's 80,000. So it's a mad scholarship. I wish I went to Queen's University. There's another one, that Husey, that particular, well, I had to make a section for it because it has a lot, like lots of subsection. You know how when you're writing an exam in school, they have 1A, 1B. That's how that usually has mad ass scholarships for international students. It's crazy. Now we have the Doctoral Completion Award. When I saw this, I was like, what is going on? Like, you know, when you're searching for scholarships, like for yourself, and you're seeing things, I was like, what's going on? University of Toronto offers that scholarship. University of Waterloo offers the scholarship. University of Alberta. Alberta is another school that has funding. Lots of funding. They have money. We have the Ontario Sports Support Unit. Someone talked about sports. If you're looking for anything sport, be going to Ontario. Any school, be going there.
Ontario way sports.
Exactly. Yeah. Then we have the VISTA Postdoctoral. Now, these are for people who want to now do their postdoc. This one, they give them like, so 55,000 Canadian dollars yearly. They will give you an annual research allowance of 7,500. Then they'll give you an annual networking allowance of 1,000 plus benefits and insurance for 24 months. Like, this one is comes to like full package postdocs. Now, Dalhousie University. People don't go there. I don't know why. I even like there are African professors from Nigeria that are there. I don't know why people are not even really taking advantage of that, but they have funding. And that's why I actually brought it out, so that people, for undergraduate scholarship, go to University of Ottawa. I think in February, they contacted me that they had 100,000 Canadian dollar scholarship for African students, right? So you want to take advantage of that. I would also send you the link of the scholarships. And I think they are still open, like the applications are still open to like April 1st. So you still have time if you've been working on the application documents before now. So for the Husey, we have the President Awards for doctoral programs. We have the John and Lena Graham Commonwealth Bursary. We have the Vanier. I have to drop my phone because this particular scholarship, Vanier Scholar. Hey! What? It is 50,000 Canadian dollars for 3 years. That's 150.
Wow.
So if my university is giving me 20K and this one decides they're giving me 50K, what am I using your 20K to do now? Do you understand? Like, what am I using it to do? It doesn't make I will use the 20, even that 20K, I will use it to see, because how much is our tuition? Our tuition is not even up to 9K. That's for PhD students. Masters. So you find out that you have surplus, even for your living expenses, and your insurance is included in your tuition. So it's not like you're paying separately for insurance. No. Then let me keep calling. There is the Kilam. Hey God. Another mad ass scholarship. It's only in selected universities. It's in Dalhousie University. It's in the University of Calgary. I know 2 Nigerians that have gotten this scholarship.
How do you spell that scholarship? Kilam,
like like kill and arm, like Kilam, like you get, yeah. So so that scholarship is something else. Like I said, if not at my school, it's not, they did not partner with them, I would have applied for that scholarship. It is very, very, very nice. And it opens, the deadline is January 15 each year, and I think it opens like in October. So people that want to apply should, know that. Now, we have the Nova Scotia Graduate Scholarship, which is for those who are coming for their PhD. The deadline is January 15. So every year, like every fall, these scholarships open so that they can decide and then give you admission between February to April, right? We have the Nova Scotia's Graduate Scholarship again for masters, the same timeline. We have the Vitamin Scholarship. Hi God.
Vitamin.
Vitamin, yeah.
Like vitamin C.
Yeah. See, Nova Scotia. Yeah, Nova Scotia is the name of the province I'm talking about. Yeah, vitamin. You can imagine the names, but these are scholarship 20K. I beg, if I apply for different scholarships and they give me like 20K, 20K, 10K, you know, you're going to be enjoying, right? Now we have the Abdul Majid Bada Graduate Scholarship.
Abdul Majid Bada Graduate Scholarship.
Exactly. So the deadline is January 15th. So they open every fall. So you just need to just know, okay, what do I need to do to get to this stage? What do I need to have before this application opens? So that by the time it open, you just put when an application is open, let me say September 1st, and you've planned yourself. That's September 1st. That's when you're putting your application. Even the application committee, like the grading committee, they go shock. They go like, what's going on here? And then when they check your documents, is top notch. You understand? So you have to plan. That's why I made sure that these scholarships have already the deadline has passed, so which means you have time now to start preparing yourself. Applications open in fall, that's September, so you have to start getting ready. Now we have the Michael Smith Foreign Studies Supplements. So now the deadline for this one, there are two deadlines. There is each year is June 1st and October 1st. So either ways, if you want to come in right now, you're going to meet it, right? So that's another scholarship that people should look out for. Now we have the MyTax Global Research Award.
MyTax.
Yeah.
MyTax.
Yeah. Very good. Like, I love this scholarship because not just that they'll give you money, they give you the opportunity to come and attend conferences. There's so many things that are attached to it. Like when I sent you the link, when you open, you be like, you should say no go come out your UK, they come meet me for Canada. You understand? Yeah. So we have the Research Nova Scotia scholarship.
Let me interrupt you a bit and tell people watching to just let you know that if you're going to watch this on my YouTube channel, I will put a list of all these scholarships in the description box of the video. I will also try to put a list of these scholarships in the description box or in the comment section if you're going to be watching it on Instagram. So don't worry about it. You will have the list down there, okay, so that you can check some other time. Go ahead.
Yeah, we also have the Trudeau Scholarship. That's another one that I love because that one will give you like 60K for 3 years. So, and then that 40K is like use it and probably just do your research and relax, right? Then the 20K is for travel, you know, if they want, because they always have conference. So it's not just scholarship, they're also going to have like a mentorship program, you know. So it's a very huge scholarship. So if you're a Vanier scholar or a Trudeau scholar, they're very good. Now, this in a nutshell is like one of the many scholarships that Canada offer. But how do you even make yourself very like admissible worthy? Like, why should I select you over somebody from China or someone from, you know, anywhere, any part of the world? Why should they take you? There are steps, there are things you need to know. You need your research proposal. So you need to really go and figure out what area of research are you going to do that would really shake. That is, if they open that research, it's like, wow. The second thing that people neglect is their statement of purpose or personal statement, depending on the university that you're applying to. That is where you tell stories. That's where you tell them why you're so passionate about the program. What is the history, right? So that's why I always tell people that your introductory segment of your SOP, that statement of purpose, is very key. I don't like when you're coming, you're telling me that, oh, you know this blackmailing story, oh, I used to live under the tree with my mom and we suffered back to back. And those stories don't sell anymore, really. They don't. What sells is you telling a story about what happened when you were a child. So I keep telling people this story, which I'll just say briefly so that people understand how they can write their SOPs. So let's say you want to do engineering or mechanical engineering or whatever, something in that segment, right? And then you're saying, your first sentence in that your SOP is, I was 18 years old when I first saw a moving car, full stop. Now, trust me, anybody that sees that will be like, really? 18? When and that woman just gave birth, right? Like when my toddler
already sees a moving car, right? So you need to make sure that you're saying something that gets the attention of the reader. You don't know whether that person is angry. You don't know whether that person is in a bad mood. You understand? Someone says to use environmental sustainability. Guy, I've written so many on my Twitter page. You know, like I've even dropped links on how you can make use of your SOP and make it to stand out a lot. But I'm just giving you guys instances on how your SOP can really stand out. Now, Canada is interested in a lot of issues. They're interested in anything black. If you're coming to talk about now they're talking about BIPOC, like Black, Indigenous, minority group, blah, blah, blah. They're looking for us. But then you just don't come and just submit anything. They will still tell you no. Now, I know someone who is doing tourism. You see this your waka waka that you're doing. Someone is doing a PhD in that program.
I should come and do PhD in waka wakaism.
Yes, so waka wakaism, anyway you call it. But then someone is doing a PhD in that program, right? And that person, they gave the person over 250,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. Yes, open your mouth. Yes, yes, yes.
Sure, I will not abandon this medicine and come and do.
And I don't know what you're doing, though, but either ways, right? Either ways, my point is there is money. The person did not just apply. The person had to contact a supervisor. The person worked on the documents. Now, I said there are important documents. I've said your research proposal. I've said your SOP.
Statement of purpose.
The third one is your academic CV. Academic CV. Now, there's a difference between resume and academic CV. Resume are usually for job opportunity. When you want to apply for jobs, they're usually short. But then for academic CV, they're usually longer because that's where you put a lot of information, right? That's where they see who you are, what have you done in the academic world and all of that. Now, you need your academic CV to be sweet. There's something I call one principal document. So that one principal document is, if I look at your SOP, look at your CV, I can see connections. I can say this person is legit. Then when I now look at your research proposal, it aligns with the section of research interest. Why am I saying this? I reviewed someone's document sometime last year, and then the person was applying for a master's in nursing, and then in the person's CV, the only experience the person had was CEO beauty store. Now, there is a disconnect with what I call the one principal document. How can you tell me that you want to do, you're passionate about nursing and there's nothing health related in your CV and I'm seeing CEO beauty store? Really? If you're applying for a master's in business administration, that is when beauty store comes to play, right? So we have to be very strategic. It's not everything that you've done that you put in your CV. So these are like the 3 powerful documents you don't even want to joke with, right? And then Canada, the schools I'm going to give you are schools that will not ask you for IELTS, right? So you're not going to write any English test. If they even ask you for it, I will also give you a sample of the English certification that you can get from your university to waive it for you, right? You just upload it. It comes from either your registrar or your head of department, telling them, write this letter for me, sign it. They just want to know that. They want to just know if you can do this and do that, right? So you need to be very strategic. Not be everywhere that they apply for.
Look, let me quickly say this for those who are just joining us because we'll be rounding up shortly. I usually don't like my videos to take to be long because of the information we try to put in there. But over the last 30 minutes, we've been talking about scholarship opportunities that exist in Canada for those who need funding to move to Canada by force. And of course, I have here Summer, who is a scholarship guru and a scholarship beneficiary as well in Canada. So we've been talking about, how to apply for scholarship and a list of scholarships that you need to apply for if you want to move to Canada. Like I said to those who've been watching, I will leave the list of scholarships in the description box on my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram feed, where you can see the list of scholarships. She's talked to us about the documents that you need, the statement of purpose, your academic CV references. You don't need IELTS, and you need a proposal as well. She's told us that there's huge funding across board in Canada. It doesn't matter whether you're undergraduate, it doesn't matter whether you're master's, your PhD or postdoc, there's a scholarship for you. It doesn't matter whether you have 2-2. It is not a hindrance. You can still apply for these scholarships. Okay, someone wants to interrupt me.
Please, guys, that particular 2-2. See, let me tell you, I don't know what's wrong with Canada, but this is one of the issues. You will get it, but that means you have at least your experience long. So let's say you graduated maybe 5 years ago and you have been in that your area of research consistently, and you're not coming to apply, and somebody else is coming to apply, and that person has just 1 year experience. Who would they choose? It's the one that has 5 years, right? They don't care about your tutu if you have experience. You have to show that you're exceptional. Now, quickly, right? I'm going to send you another link. I just remember that there is a link. If you want to know professors that just got funding yesterday night, there is a link that if you just tap on it, boom, and put your research on it, it will bring up professors in Canada that just got funding. Now, so that's it. But then, how do you even make yourself exceptional if you have low grades? First of all, take online courses. I've been shouting, go and take Coursera, courses on Coursera. That you apply for financial aid. They don't charge you €1. They will approve it $0. Do you understand? So make sure that you apply for these online courses. When you apply, right? When you apply for these courses and they give you a certification, in your CV, have a section called Short Courses and Certifications, and put that. I don't put Coursera on my CV. That's just like I don't put NYS in my CV. What I put the course I took and the university that taught it. For instance, when I was applying for my master's, I took a course that was taught by a professor at the University of Toronto, and it was on Indigenous education. So I just wrote Indigenous Education, University of Toronto. Simple. And it carried weight. And when I was telling them in my SOP that course also motivated me to even apply for this master's, it was connecting. There was a point, right? So take short courses seriously. Volunteer. Most of us did not volunteer in the university. We just went to university and came out. We did not do anything. Fine, that's okay. But you have time now. Volunteer with organizations. Volunteer online. Put that. It is very, very important. If you don't, there are other things you can do. Internships. Paid or unpaid, just get it in your CV. You know where you're going. Don't be waiting for somebody to come and spoon feed you. Do these things. They're waiting for you. Just grab them. That's how you can stand out. Tell that your supervisor in the university that you want to be his research assistant. No problem. Let him be using you. At the end of the day, who is using who? You know where you're going. You get. So let's be very strategic. I'll just answer this last question and then we can round up. Someone said, how do you get the emails of professors? Now, you know I told you when you go to Google Scholar, when you've gotten their names from these social media platforms, you go to Google Scholar, you put their name, everything about them comes out. So let's assume that their email address is not there, but you know the name of their university, right? Just go on Google again, put their name and the name of the university. It will take you straight to their staff page, which means the person's profile. Their email address is always there. Just tap on it and send them a beautiful cold email. Shikina. And if your research proposal is good, I know a professor that fought for someone and said, this person, this is not my money. I need this person. And may that grace carry all of us.
All right, guys. That's been summer. We might actually have to do a second part of this because I see that there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot more you want to share. So we might have to do a part 2 of this. We'll reschedule and do a part 2 of this. I can see a lot of comments from people saying summer is very vibrant and beautiful and this. What about me that invited summer? What about me that invited summer? Anyway, guys, that's an opportunity available for you to move to Canada. It's via the scholarship route. Like I said, I will drop this video on my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram feed. I will put a list of all the scholarships that you can apply for. And of course, you've heard her explain how you can do it. We will do a part 2 of this very soon as well. So long as we have free opportunity between both of us, we'll talk about it and pass the message across. But you know that there are scholarships available for you. I want you guys to follow Summer on Instagram. You can follow her, Summer, on Instagram. This is what she does. Follow her on Twitter as well. She shares loads and loads of these scholarship opportunities. So make sure you follow Summer Okibe. Thank you very much, Summer, for giving me this opportunity. We definitely have to do a part 2 of this, okay?
No problem.
Guys, thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely evening.
All right, bye.
Bye.